Hey guys, welcome back. So we have seen that DeepSeek came out with their R1 model and it's gaining a lot of traction, and for good reasons. It's open source, available for free, and anybody can download and have access to, I would say, really powerful models, which is actually competing with OpenAI O1 and other models like Claude, Sonnet, etc. To access DeepSeek, we have the online interface, which is available on chat.deepseek.com. And on the other hand, we can also use their API key, which is again very cheap as compared to something like OpenAI O1. So if you want to use it over web, we can just come to chat.deepseek.com, and here to use the R1 model, we just have to click on DeepThink. Let's give it a prompt. I'll say hi. And then when it says thinking, that means we are running a thinking model or reasoning model. So this is R1. If you want to use DeepSeek V3, we just have to remove this DeepThink option and just have to give the prompt as it is. As soon as we do that, we can see that there was no thinking indicator. That means this is running DeepSeek V3. It even have web searching capability. So if I click on search option and then I ask for top 5 news in AI, so it should be able to crawl the web, see some of the articles and then come back. So we can see that it says found 50 results. Synthesize all the information that it has found on the web. It found 50 results. We can see some of the UI errors here, but that's okay. Also see that it's well referenced, so I can see where this news is coming from. So in this video, we will be taking a look at how to run this R1 model and other DeepSeek models on your local machine, be it Mac, Windows or Linux. So if we take a look at the models that are available from DeepSeek, when it comes to R1, we have multiple parameters that are available. 1.5 billion, 7 billion, 8 billion, 14 billion, 32 billion, 70 billion, and then the largest one, 671 billion parameters. So based on the power that your machine has, basically the kind of GPU power that you have, you can pick the right set of parameters to run on your system. To run it, we can use multiple tools. One way is Ollama. But today we are taking a look at a new platform which is known as LM Studio. Why? Because this does not require you to interact with terminal. Ollama requires terminal access and terminal interface to actually interact with the models. So we'll be taking a look at LM Studio, which gives it a graphical user interface. So based on your need, you can select whichever operating system that you are running. I'll be downloading it for Mac. So I'll just click on download LM Studio for Mac. So we'll wait for it to download. To install LM Studio, we'll just drag and drop this icon into the applications folder. Now LM Studio has been installed. Now before we jump into actually using LM Studio, let's see some of the feature it has to offer. It's free first and foremost, and it has access to all the open source models that are out there. So we can use Llama, Mistral, Phi, Gemma, DeepSeek and Qwen 2.5. And in the latest update, which is 0.3.8, they have added DeepSeek R1 support, especially the thinking UI. Now this is important because reasoning model or thinking models actually employ a thinking mechanism before they can answer to the query of the user. And this is what has been released in the newest update, where you can see the thinking process as well in the UI. Once you have installed LM Studio on your laptop or your system, and also the model file, you can run it entirely offline. You don't need access to the internet. You can chat with your local documents. And again, one interesting thing is new models keep on coming out, especially open source. So in the discover model section, you can see all the open source models that keep coming out, and you can try it with a single click. So now let's jump into the LM Studio and see how it performs. So once we open up LM Studio, this is how the UI looks like. On the left side, we can see the chat section. We have a developer section. We have my models, where all the local LLMs will start showing up once you download them. Then we have discover section. Now discover section is where you explore and download open source model. Now because we are concerned with finding DeepSeek R1, although there are multiple others available as well, like for example Qwen, then we have Phi, Granite, Hermes, Llama, all of these are available, but we are concerned with DeepSeek R1. So I'll search for R1. I can see all of these files are available for me to download. But because I'm running LM Studio on M1, it does not support higher end parameter model. So for example, if I click on 32 billion parameter, it also suggests that this model is likely too large for this machine. But if you have a beefy system and you have NVIDIA graphics card or any other graphic card that can support these higher parameters, you can definitely click on it and see if it supports your system. So for just testing it out, I'll be working with two models here. One is 1.5 billion parameters and another one is 7 billion parameters. So if I click on 1.5 billion parameters, I can see that it says it's okay to run on this particular system. It has green icon here. So what I have to do is go ahead and click on download. Once I do that, I can see that it's downloading and the speed is also good. We'll wait for it to download. Meanwhile, what we can do is we can even download the 7 billion parameter model as well. So I'll click on 7B and you can see that this file is of 4.68 GB. I'll click on download now and we'll wait for both of them to download. So we can see that 1.5 billion parameter model has been downloaded. By the time 7B is getting downloaded, we can test out 1.5 billion parameter model. So I'll click on load model button. So we can see that the model has been loaded now. So I can start asking questions to this particular model. So I can also see that the kind of token speed that it is getting, how much token it has consumed, and also the milliseconds in which the first token was generated. So let's try and give some advanced question to this 1.5 billion parameter model. So in this we can see that there was thinking UI and this is how the thinking process happened. And this is the actual outcome that it came out. Now let's give it a coding task. So we can see that it's employing the thinking process and we can even see the thinking structure that it is coming out with. So we can see that on M1 Mac, the token speed is good for 1.5 billion parameter model. So this can be used for very basic tasks like rewriting mails or basic stuff, but not the actual logical task. For that, it could be better if you can use higher parameter model, but that would require a beefier system. So this was 1.5 billion parameter model. We can see that our 7 billion parameter model has also been downloaded. So let's just quickly load that model. I'll click on load model and it's loading right now. Now let's give the same coding task to 7 billion parameter model. So we can see that it's also employing the thinking process and we can even see what it is actually thinking. The speed of these models are basically dependent on the kind of system that you are running with and the model size that you are running. So 1.5 was very fast because it is a less denser model as compared to the 7 billion parameter model. That's why we are seeing a little delay as compared to 1.5 model. Now let's test it out if we can run this without the internet. Let's open up a new chat and disable our Wi-Fi. Now let's see if it is able to answer without the internet access. So we can see that our AI model is running locally without internet on our system. This is really cool. So this was just an introduction video of how you can run any open source model with a really good user interface using LM Studio. So I would highly encourage everyone to try it out, starting with DeepSeek R1. Download the model that you think would be better for your use case based on the system that you have or the model size you require. So that's LM Studio. I hope you gained some value out of this video. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.